Hi there and welcome. If you're part of an HR department, then you know how important it is to onboard new employees quickly, make sure they understand how you work, and most importantly, how important it is to be proud of the way you work. This is something I have personally seen in the past. Clients being not very proud of the way they work, which impacted the way they onboarded new employees. The new employee could feel like it wasn't really fun to work at that company and every processes was a mess. So if you have too many tools, if you have unclear ownership, if you have a poor workload distribution, then if that sounds familiar, we can help you. We can help you as work management experts, but we can help you with a tool like Asana specifically. We will go beyond just building projects. We will build processes. We will help you automate things and run the day-to-day operation of your company. We helped several hundreds companies HR department and in every industry and lots of different countries. So we feel like we can definitely help you. Today, I want to share two use cases. The first one is basically building an ATS within Asana. So how do you manage those candidates applying for a job in a very simple way? The second use case, it's an onboarding template. So how do you make sure that people get onboarded quickly, efficiently, and everybody knows to do? So let's have a look. But first, I want to discuss this image on the screen. This is the Asana pyramid of clarity. Basically explains how Asana is structured. The foundation of everything else in Asana is tasks. You will create tasks to represent actions, things you have to do, and they are assigned to people with a due date. Very simple. Those tasks are then placed in projects. Those projects will be placed in portfolios, and those three layers of the pyramid are connected to goals and the mission of the company. And I want to demonstrate this by using those two examples that I mentioned earlier. So let's have a look and let's dive right in. First use case is the hiring use case. Let's say you want to hire someone. You might have an ATS tool to do that, but maybe it's too expensive, maybe it's too complex to use, and maybe most importantly, you cannot collaborate with other people within the company. Whereas with Asana, you can have everyone in the same tool. An application system like this in Asana starts with a form. So if you go into customize, forms, then this is the form editor. If you want to look at what the form actually looks like, this is it. So this is a form you can put on your website. You can send it to people via email. They can fill that in. And as soon as they do, you receive a task. And that's where the magic happens. As soon as you have a task, it means that you have an assignee, you have a date, you have fields, you can have automation, and all of that can also allow you to use filtering and sorting and do some dashboarding. So for example, when the application is received, you can place it into the first column right there. You can assign it to the HR manager and you can put a due date. As soon as they're done reviewing that application, they can actually move that application to the interview piece. And then that move can effectively assign that task to someone specifically in your team to run the interview. And because it's a task, you can discuss on the task. So if you go within the task, you can go at the bottom and you can have discussions about that specific candidate, what you liked, what you didn't like, and what are the next steps. And then you can move into the offer bucket and that offer can be accepted or rejected. Once you have all of that in place, you're going to have clarity, you're going to save time, you're going to save energy, but also you're going to gain some insights because you will have the ability to have a dashboard. You can see how long it takes usually to deal with a new application from start to finish, and you can have some metrics around your hiring process, which is something you might not have at the moment. Also makes it super easy to find again a candidate that you've seen in the past and just pick them up again and maybe contact them for a new position that just opened. So that makes everything way easier. The second use case I want to show you is the onboarding of someone new in the team. This is the example with a specific onboarding for a new colleague. Those tasks were created automatically from a template. They were also dated automatically, which means that when we created the project to hire someone specifically, we told Asana what was the start date for this person, and then Asana would create everything for us. They would put dates automatically for us, and the Asana would even assign tasks to the right people. So for example, you can have tasks assigned to the IT department to set up the laptop and credentials. You can have tasks assigned to the manager to prepare for the arrival. And all of that can be done for things that are before the person arrives as well as after. For example, in our case at i.DO, we have a very comprehensive template that covers one month before the arrival and up to 6 months after the arrival, which allows us to really collect all the tasks that people have to do within the company. What's very interesting is every time we hire someone, we improve the process. So we go back and improve the template, which means that every single new hire has a slightly improved process compared to the previous one. And the process we have right now, it's top notch. It's beautiful, lots of tasks, everything is well documented, and people, especially new employees, have told us how amazing that process is. So if you don't want to be ashamed of the way you work, if you want to move to a world where you are really proud of the way you work, let us know and we can definitely help you. With Asana, you can have a greater agility. You can go faster, you can go deeper. You can also have like a faster onboarding for people and really decide to spend time on what matters, which is talk with the employee and help them get set up. And you can also have fewer meetings. This is something that's really important. Without a tool like Asana, you tend to have meetings about everything. So that can really help you if you structure your tasks and project correctly. Couple of other ideas of things you can do with Asana as an HR department. So you can manage your meetings more efficiently because you will still have meetings, but if you have them, why not just structure them properly in a project? You can build an ideas box for people to submit HR ideas to improve the company policies. And you can also manage the PTO requests. So you can have people fill in a form to ask for PTOs and time off, and you can have their manager approve that time off. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Asana can really do a lot of stuff, and keep in mind that you would be using the same tool as all the other departments in the company, which means the cross collaboration is way easier. Earlier, I mentioned the onboarding template involving some IT tasks. It's exactly it. You have cross collaboration and everyone collaborates to onboard someone in the team. We are i.DO. We are an Asana solutions partner. We can help you deploy Asana. We can provide licenses. Let us know if you need anything and we can organize a custom demo for you to answer all the questions that you have. Bye.